So today we're going to be talking about the UFC's next competitor, the GFL, aka the Global Fight League. They just had their draft last night, but let's quickly see what the GFL's mission is. So their whole thing is athlete first, which is good to see, does sound good. Some of the stuff they're trying to do for fighters sounds great. Personally, I don't think it's going to work out anyway, but let's see what the GFL is. It's a true team-based league model for MMA. That shit doesn't work. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen it with the PFL. I'm pretty sure the guy who is the co-owner of the GFL did have something to do with the PFL. Obviously, the PFL has officially merged properly with Bellator. They've got rid of Bellator. They've got rid of their league system because it just doesn't work in MMA at all. But the GFL are going to try and take it on. This is how it's going to work here. You've got 6 cities. It's kind of working out like an NBA final format. This is their point system. So if you get a finish win, it's 4 points. Decision win, it's 3 points. Draw, it's 2 points. Decision loss is 1 point. And if you get finished, it is 0 points. All points contribute to the team's total score. This is some of the athlete benefits. So let's go over 50-50 revenue share. This does sound like a good idea. It's very unrealistic though. For a company to work, this isn't going to be able to work, especially when the GFL are looking to offer out contracts to like Junior Dos Santos to have him fight for like over $1 million per fight. The GFL is never going to last, I'm just going to be honest. But I like this here. They're offering health and injury insurance to their fighters. I'm pretty sure the UFC don't offer this. This was something that Ngannou was complaining about and what he wanted to be in his contract for him to sign on to the UFC for further. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. That's why Ngannou finessed the PFL. Ngannou's got one of the best MMA deals of all time. He finessed the PFL, but that's for a different video. Moving on to retirement benefits. Now this shit right here makes me laugh because they're talking about retirement benefits. Obviously, a lot of fighters in the GFL are going to be up and coming fighters, younger fighters, but majority of their big name fighters are either retired then unretired for the GFL. So like, what benefits are they getting? Just their head caved in, more CTE. You know what I mean? But let's move on to the weight classes. This is how the GFL is going to operate their weight classes. Obviously, 145 is going to be bantamweight now, featherweight 155, lightweight 165, welterweight 180, middleweight 200, light heavyweight 225, and heavyweight 265. Obviously, there are some notable changes. Like bantamweight, for example, is 135 in the UFC, it's 145 here. Featherweight's 145 in the UFC, 155 is lightweight in the UFC. So there are some changes, but this is to prioritise fighters' health and to help them when it comes to weight cuttings, which I think is another good thing that the GFL is doing. But let's talk about it. Yesterday, the GFL, before they done their draft, they announced this right here. Tony Ferguson. He is now signed with the GFL. Like, Tony Ferguson should just fucking hung the gloves up after he lost to Beneil Dariush. I'm going to be honest. Or when he lost to Paddy Pimblett. I mean, this guy, when is he going to step away? Like, they're talking about fighters first, their health first. This guy's got more CTE than fucking Chris Benoit. That's the route he's going down. I mean, I thought he was going to fight for the UFC again. It's clear that the UFC don't want Tony Ferguson. They have his health in best interest and said, nah, you've got beaten up too many times. So they've released him. He's now signed with the GFL. But let's go through. Look, this right here is going to tell you the direction that GFL's going. Tyron Woodley, he was the GFL's first overall pick in the draft. Like, the number 1 overall pick in the entirety of the draft was Tyron Woodley. Now, this guy right here, also, just want to quickly say, the AI generated, like, walkout things is gay as hell what they've done, but Tyron Woodley, top 3 welterweight of all time, but he was a top 3 welterweight quite a long time ago. I mean, this guy looks shit near the end of his UFC career. He's been beaten up by Jake Paul twice. And then Team Dubai, for some reason, have went, yeah, let's take Tyron Woodley first. Like, if this doesn't show you the direction the GFL's going, God bless. Quickly, let's look at the whole team-based thing, like where these people are going to be. So, the 6 cities or towns are London, Dubai, Sao Paulo, Miami, Los Angeles, New York. And these right here are the coaches. Dubai have kind of got a cheat code, to be honest. I mean, they've got Cain Velasquez as a manager and Javier Mendez as their coach. But what doesn't make sense to me, obviously Leo Machida, he's Brazilian. You've got this team right here. Pretty sure this is Jose Aldo's coach, right? They are from Los Angeles. Team AKA is Los Angeles based. Why the fuck is Wanderlei Silva and Rafael Cordeiro? Pretty sure this guy trained Mike Tyson as well for the Jake Paul fight, and Rojo Jr. And he was who else did he coach? Colby Covington. Why are these guys in LA and these guys are in Dubai? Doesn't make much sense to me, but yeah, they've got the cheat code right here. But let's keep going. Let's look at some of the other names. Let's just look at the rosters. Let's just not waste time. So, Team Dubai, they have, let's look at some of their notable names. Tyron Woodley, Derek Brunson, Luke Rockhold, he's back up teaming with the AKA guys. You have got Todd Duffy, former UFC fighter. Omari, he was a former UFC fighter. Pretty sure he fought in the middleweight division, now fighting at light heavyweight. Right, we're going to go through the teams, then we're going to rank them, right? Team Los Angeles, they've got Rashad Evans. What the fuck is going on? Rashad Evans, Jesus Christ. Frank Mir, they've got Andre Arlovsky, Uriah Hall, Sage Northcutt, Tony Ferguson, Uriah Faber, Ray Borg. Who else have they got that's standing out? Chad Mendes, Aspen Ladd, Corey McKenna. So, like, this right here is going to be a pretty difficult team to beat, I'm going to be honest, so far. Actually, no, it's fucking not, because everyone's like 100 years old. Right, let's move on. These two teams are shit, I'm just going to be honest. Right, Team London, you've got Alexander Gustafsson, you've got Latifi, you've got Tanner Bozer, Gegard Mousasi, you've got Norman Park. That's it, London have officially, they've won the GFL. You've got Benson Henderson, you've got... That's it. Moving on to Team Miami. They have got Paige Van Zandt. Crazy. She almost got beat by Elle Brook. Just off the rip, Miami's got the best team. So they've got Marlon Moraes. They've got Anthony Pettis, Jeremy Stevens. They've got Yoel Romero, Junior Dos Santos, Thiago Santos, Rebeles de Spain. They've got Hector Lombard. They've got the best division as of now. In terms of male talent, they've got the best. Moving on, we've got Team Sao Paulo, Shogun, they've got Fabricio Verdum, Douglas Lima, that's not a bad pick, Henan Barao, he's still fighting, holy shit. You've got Rafael Assunção, some name value there, like, but that might be the weakest as of now. Team New York, let's see who they've got. Jimmy Rivera, they've got Kevin Lee, Philip Halls, they've got Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman shit's funny because that guy was on the UFC 311 weigh-in show basically announcing his retirement, when realistically the UFC just fucking released his ass and he signed to the GFL. You've got Dildo Danis, you've got OSP. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so like, let's rank these teams. I'm going to say Team Los Angeles is the worst. Then I'm going to say Team Brazil. Then Team New York. Then Team London. No, Team Dubai. Then Team London. And then Miami's clearly got the best team. But yeah, this GFL stuff, it's always nice to see, can the UFC get another competitor? Unfortunately, this just isn't going to be it. I don't even think they're going to make it to the end of their first tournament, to be brutally honest with you. I mean, yeah, I just don't think the concept of like a draft and team-based shit works in MMA. It just doesn't work, but who knows, if the GFL can maybe perform well, it will then make the UFC up its game. Who knows? Competition is always good, but for me, I just don't think the GFL is going to last. Let me know your opinions in the comments below, and as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you again in the next one.